Fine. Not a chief yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh, you ain't the chief. What are we, girl? Tell me the title.
She's the HBIC.
Yes, you are a boss, girl.
Head shake in charge.
What's your title? Captain. Okay, I'm about to put up there, y'all. I'm speaking it in existence, then, Brittany. Yes, you're welcome, girl. You know, I always been one of your biggest cheerleaders, girl. You know, we go back, y'all. We go back. We go way back. But we're going to talk about that just yet, Brittany.
That's okay.
How you doing, honey? Welcome.
Tired.
Oh, well, yeah, girl.
Yeah. So Brittany Baker is a native of the historic Rondo neighborhood in St. Paul. Recently made history as the first African-American woman promoted to captain in the St. Paul Fire Department.
Yes.
Honored by the historic all-woman St. Paul City Council. She's also a St. Paul Central graduate. Woo, Central.
What's y'all? Many, yes.
And Baker is deeply involved in the community, teaching free CPR classes, leading the St. Paul Fire Department EMS Academy, and serving as a Girl Scout troop leader. With extensive experience and numerous certifications in emergency services, she also holds significant roles in organizations like Firefighters United. Her dedication has won multiple awards, including the 2021 NASEMSP Award and 2002 Minnesota 100 Firefighter of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so Brittany is the superwoman.
Yes,
and you're a mother too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of that.
And don't you have another group of people that you lead, the BFFs, the Black Firefighters? Don't y'all have a group?
Yep. Firefighters United. Yep.
Firefighters United. Yes. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. All right. So, welcome, Miss Brittany, girl. Yes. So, tell the people something about you that we left out, because we listed it, girl. No, we listed it. Yeah, we listed it. You hear? Yes, that's right, girl, because there's some little girls that need you. And we're glad to have you as a representative. Come on, let's lead, honey.
So you just walked in, and we were actually just having a conversation about what's good in the hood. Mm-hmm. So what's good in your hood right now?
We are, right now, Firefighters United is putting together a holiday event that we want everybody to participate in.
Okay.
And what we're going to do with that event is allow the kids in the community. We're going to do high school for recording arts because we feel like that's a group of kids that gets left out.
Yes,
not that I don't love Central. I mentor at Humboldt. And not that I don't love those schools and any of the other schools in St. Paul, but a couple of the brothers that I'm organizing with, Sergeant Antoine Denson from St. Paul PD, and then with Dalton Outlaw from Element. They're like that group of kids at high school for recording arts really gets left out. And so we're going to host an event there with all of the different organizations. We've invited the Divine Nine, JK Movement, Hallie Q Brown, anybody that wants to come out, especially if you have a business or you're doing something positive in the community. Allow those kids to see us in a positive light, and then give them some good mentors, because sometimes kids have untapped potential, mm-hmm. and just need one positive mentor in their life that can help them out. So we're gonna be putting that together. So we'll have a meeting for that on Monday night, and I'll get y'all the information so y'all can show up.
Okay. Yeah.
825 Arts involved.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We down.
Absolutely.
Ready.
Absolutely.
And I think Rondo Double Dutch should be in the building as well.
We talked about that. I was like, having y'all do Double Dutch, especially it's gonna be in the winter. We can do it. It's gonna be in a gym though.
Inside.
So doing that, and then also having like some bouncy houses, because Bounce King, which they do a lot of stuff with Element.
Oh yeah, Gavin.
Yep, Gavin.
That's my guy.
Yep.
All my events, I use Bounce King.
Yep.
Shout out to Gavin.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Him and Shakita, they always come through.
Yes, they do, and they show love.
And they show
when
love.
When it comes to the community, there's a few times he's like, it's good. Don't even worry about it.
Yep.
Really?
I show love right back.
Yep. No, absolutely. Yeah. They actually came and they brought them to my promotional party. So being able to have the kids see that, experience that, and all that we bring to the community, we think is gonna be huge. Different than giving out gifts, because sometimes we get so caught up in the materialistic, mm-hmm. and the you got to buy this and got to buy that, when sometimes sowing that seed is 1,000 times better than giving somebody $50 or $100. No. Now you could have talked to this business and got a job. So we're trying mm-hmm. to move in that direction and really bringing Ujima to the community.
I love that, because what we need to do is show the way. Like mm-hmm. a lot has been lost and forgotten, mm-hmm. and I feel like we're the last generation that got good mentorship and just real caring people in leadership. Like Rondo, we were raised by phenomenal leaders, like such as Toya Poole. She was a teenager leading whole half pints at 16 years old. Like that's where we come from when it comes to Rondo.
Half pints.
Yeah. So I'm really excited, and call me whenever, I'll pull up.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. And I like that. Ujima, what principle, that's excuse me for y'all that don't know your Kwanzaa principles. That's what principle is that?
Number 3.
Number 3. I love it, y'all. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Yes.
Collective work and responsibility.
Collective work, because we got to do the work for our people. If we don't, who will? I believe in that. So yes, girl, Rondo Double Dutch would love to pull up, because it sounds like you're going to have more active stuff instead of the people just sitting around and eating and giving away money. We're going to give away some other stuff that money can't buy, right?
Like the Sigmas, Sigma brothers, Mr. Jonathan Price and Mr. Dwayne Martin and even Reg Chapman, they do SAT and ACT prep
good
for these kids. And even though it's not required at some of these colleges currently, we don't know what's going to change in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So making sure that they understand that, but then also gives an opportunity to, when you do that prep, truly see where your comprehension and your reading and your math is, instead of just going into college classes and not truly being prepared to take them.
Okay, so they're doing the prep. I love that.
It talks about like 64% of adults are illiterate in America right now because they can't even read. Yeah, it's bad out here. And I remember I have been out of the education system for 2 years now, but when I was there, like, our kids can't read because now they're letting the iPad read to them at school, so they're not even trying to teach them to read. They took out cursive. Like, it's crazy.
But like my kids, they go to, I love the public school system, but my kids go to Nova and I love their school. They teach cursive. They start Latin at the 3rd grade, but then they give them the option to learn whatever language they want to learn after that.
Okay.
But then they also that reading and comprehension, they have tests on their stuff, and then they start with the lowest period or the beginning of time in the world, and then they learn on those steps in different civilizations and stuff. And so just to see them starting out with, like, BC and moving to, AD era, and then as the grades progress, they move up. They're really getting everything there. We missed the mark on a lot of that at schools.
Yeah, so what right before you walked in, we were talking about the presidential election. So what are your takes on it?
I'm not surprised, but I'm not surprised because some people vote, very unfortunately, on one issue. And that's on both sides. Some people are very one issue people, but we are not one issue people. And so when we take that approach, that creates a problem. You have to look at a whole, what's going to be best as a whole. And there may be some good points on this side, maybe some good points on that side, but we have to look at also humans. We're all humans. And who is actually looking out for humanity. And that it's going to be very interesting. But surprisingly, I had a whole lot of anxiety leading up to it.
Of course.
That's why we threw a party at 5 to just
kind of release.
Like I had a lot of anxiety leading up to it, but it's crazy. I woke up the next morning and I had like this feeling of peace.
Okay.
And I was just like,
she
didn't win, but like Nelson Mandela said, I don't lose. I either win or I learn. And this will be a learning experience for everyone on both sides. There are going to be some things that are going to go well. There's going to be some things that are not going to go well. But ultimately, it's going to be a testament. Sometimes we have to go through dark times for people to be able to appreciate the ones that are coming after.
We were just talking about that.
And so, for, like I said, for some people that, you have the arguments online, the negativity, well, she's not black, well, he's this, he's that, she's not this, and she's not that. And I'm like, I look at my own situation. I had a lot of those where people looked at and they saw me getting promoted and they're like, well, the N-words shouldn't lead anything, and she's diversity, equity, inclusion. And then you do sometimes have to put things to paper for people because a lot of people don't want to do the research themselves. They rather listen to whatever it is that someone else has to say about whatever. I've heard, some even African-American males, black men say that they weren't going to vote for her because she put people in prison. And I'm like, well, that's literally her job. If she's the DA, if she's a prosecutor, that's her job to put people in prison. So
that break the law.
Yeah, that break the law. So even looking at some of those parts, and it is a lot of it just doesn't make sense. But again, you have to be able to do the research yourself. But it's also again hard to do that research if you are illiterate, and if even if you can read, if you can't comprehend what it is that you're reading or really understand, because you're gonna read one thing and you will see. You know, I heard a lot of people say, well, they don't support her because of the Palestine issue, and I support Trump because he wants to send, you know, immigrants back and they shouldn't be here. I'm like, okay, what else have you learned? You read that in a paper, but have you actually read their proposals? Have you read what they're bringing to the table? Have you read what they've done prior to that?
Project 2025.
Yeah, like have you read any of the things that they've done before or that they plan to do moving forward? Or you just went based off of what you saw in the newspaper, or you went based off of what you heard somebody else say on TikTok. Yeah.
People are easily influenced.
Yeah, people are very much easily influenced. And
especially by some negative stuff.
Yep, we are in a society now where people no longer have the ability to think for themselves. And that's a dangerous place to be in. Doesn't matter who's in office.
What are they? What do you call those people?
Robots.
Yeah, they're robots.
We on a mission to inspire.
Shout out broken robots.
Broken robots, because the broken
Shout out broken robots.
They have their conscience, they have their soul, and they're disruptors to these systems. These are systems that are trying to control us. We're in a spiritual warfare with the evolution of technology and just the life of humanity. And people for real need to wake up. So I love that you said you woke up with peace, because I felt the same way. Like, I'm like, this ain't an L. Like, we needed this to wake up. Otherwise, we were headed for a whole, because everybody was just going to just continue to be asleep. But now people are woke up.
And I've traveled around the world, and I remember saying this in one of the articles I did, the last one, and I was explaining to her, I said, I remember going to Australia in like 2014, 2015, and that was the first place I've ever been in my life where I wasn't the black girl, African American girl. It was straight up the American girl. That's all they kept telling me, like, the American girl's here, the American girl's here. And it was a group of us, but they were so like fascinated with us being from here. And they're like, you guys have like so much trauma, and you have this and you have that, and tell me about this and tell me about that. And I was like, man, going to the other parts of the world, like, they don't see that. And that's the same thing that happened with 9/11. Like, they didn't see, oh, she's black, she's white, she's Asian, she's Hispanic, she's, you know, Native, whatever. It was an American thing. And until people get in that mindset of living in this country, whether you're here by being an immigrant or, you know, naturalization, whatever it is, we're American to the rest of the world.
I love that you said that, because I worked at a Chinese school for 3 years, or Mandarin, but Chinese. But it really opened my eyes to realize, like, we've been programmed as Americans to see everything here black and white, but everybody else around the world, they just see us as Americans. And that's our problem, where we can't even unify as Americans. That's a problem, because everybody else, they're unifying as Chinese, Italians, Jew, like wherever they're from, they come together. And a lot of people don't even realize too, like, black people are really praised in other countries. Like, they see us as like kings and queens, but we're so brainwashed to not even think we're good enough in our own country that we're afraid to leave. And to be honest, it's most dangerous here.
Right. All the way to the food that they selling us in the grocery stores and all that. It's some of that stuff ain't even legal in other countries.
40, I think over 40% of our food is banned in other countries. They killing us, and we're just eating it, and we're fighting over who's black and white and who likes who, rather than what's right about our food or our healthcare system. Like, that's what really bothered me with the presidential elections this year, is that when it came down to like real issues with homelessness, housing, just us surviving, nobody spoke on that. It was literally them just picking at each other, going back and forth. And I was like, how did we get here?
No, that and like, you know, actually holding each other like accountable, having a real like accountability, and not just, we talk about homelessness or the unsheltered population, and there are so many underlying issues with that. I'm big on, you know, like after doing like psychology, death, loss, and dying for school, like almost 12 years ago, really big on like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that first thing is like shelter, that safety net. And a lot of people don't have that. So when you don't have that, then nothing else is going to follow, right? And a buddy of mine made a lot of sense. He's like, shout out to Chris Robinson, him and his wife Jackie, they're great. But he said, you know, people do things that are free, that are easy. So when you don't have anything else, did you?
Yeah, Evelyn.
Yep.
She was just jumping with that.
Yeah. So you know, talking to him, because he drove for me one day, and he was just like, you know, people do things that are free. You know, or super cheap. Yeah, easy, comfortable. It's cheap to buy drugs. If you look at how cheap the drugs are now, you know, if I have to go to work for, you know, 8 to 10 hours and I'm getting my check and that's not that much money, like, I'm not going to go. If I can live free, if I can get money from other people on the streets, and then I can go get high and forget about it, because I can buy 4 pills for $10, and that's not a whole lot of money. So, you know, and then having sexual relations is something that's free. You know, sometimes the consequences aren't free, but that's something that's also free. So some of the negative things are the easiest things sometimes to us.
Yeah. So just going, piggyback off what we're talking about. So we had talked about having election day party. So following the results on Sunday, we're having self-care Sunday at 825 Arts in partnership with the Black Youth Healing Arts Center. And we're just trying to create a vibe and space that brings peace, love, and unity in the community. So we're going to have a potluck, free food. Shout out to the Johnny from the JK movement. They have donated some funds to get feed the community. And then we're going to have some healing exercises to just get people to rise and renew and reset. Like these next 4 years, like, it's not going to be easy, but it is going to be.
We got to survive it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of transformation, a lot of real changes, but that's up to us as community people to come together and build the village that we want. Like, the results, that's that, but we have the power to create what we want in our community here. So that's what we're trying to plant those seeds and just unite and bring everyone together, heal together, and just let everybody know, like, we okay. We still here, and we're gonna be here.
I actually had somebody ask that in one of our group chats. They're like, what do we do and tell our daughters on January 21st? I'm like, why you wait until January 21st? Like, I mean, you got, I mean, it's the next morning, you know, it's the 6th now.
Let's go.
And then tell the same thing.
No time like the present.
And I mean, I'm going to tell my girls the same thing. Like, keep standing firm, keep standing tall, keep educating yourself.
Yes.
Stay humble, you know, remain in your feminine energy. You don't have to get into an argument with anybody. You don't have to do any of that. Be proud of who you are, no matter what color, race, or whatever it is that you identify as, and keep being a good person. Like, and that, those are the important things. Like, it didn't matter if we're waiting for someone to get into office on January 21st to tell our kids about how great they can be. What are we doing at home as parents? And it starts at home first. My kids know that they're great. And I'm going to do whatever I can on a daily basis to show them that their parents are great, that their father is great. My husband instills that in them too. And then he encourages me. So a lot of times people will see me and be like, oh my gosh, you do this and this. How you do it? My husband, my support. Because there's a lot of days that I'll be like, I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. He'd be like, it's okay to have those feelings. He says all the time, it's okay to have those feelings, but you can't stay there. So what you going to do about it now?
Let's get to it.
So, that's that background context shows why you're a leader. You got great people around you. There's this saying that the 3 closest people to you, you're a reflection of them. So the fact that you have just so much love being poured and people reaffirming who you are, let you be who you are in the world. I love that. Yeah.
And they lead by example. And you're human. And it's okay.
And we
we see. Yes. We cheerleading like a mug. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to hear more about Brittany Baker, just what she's doing out in the community.
Captain Brittany. Put some respect on my girl name, girl.
I say HBIC, but yes,
Captain, fire Captain Brittany Baker.
Oh, we just got into it. We good?
You should have brought her with you. Okay. Oh, you're live? Okay.
I'm doing good. Tired, but I'm doing good. I'm finally done with school, so I was like, yep, I'm done with that for a little while at least. Are you going to the gala tomorrow? JK's gala? Are y'all going to JK's gala?
JK what?
Oh, the gala.
Tomorrow.
Got the gala.
I don't know.
I bought tickets, but I told Malik they could use them. Auntie needs to go to take a nap. He's at the gym this morning. He's at the gym this morning.
You know it?
And I'm trying to get them to come.
Yeah. Come on, I'm ready for y'all. Come on, I told you we got something special for y'all.
I'm trying
And all
to
of
get
them hookers, girl, y'all look good. I saw y'all shoot. The photo shoot. Y'all calendar shoot.
Yeah, I was the only mom.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to represent for the moms with the bellies and the booties.
Yeah, you look good. Yeah, you look good too. You look good. What you do to prep for that? Did you do something special? I
just work out, but I don't normally wear makeup. I wear some today, but I just needed like a little stuff because my eyes. This has been a long,
I'm sure
at my station.
You have a vacation plan?
Not until beginning of December, and I gotta
make sure it's okay to say no.
No. I've been saying no.
The rest and revive.
No, it's just our schedule is weird. So on our in between days, it's like I still got to get my kids to school, get my kids from school, and as tired as I be, if I go home and I just like crash out, then I ain't gonna get up to get them. And make sure I pick my babies up because my son be looking for me. So
y'all ready?
I'm ready.
What's up, y'all? And we are back. Today we got a special guest, Captain Brittany Baker from the St. Paul Fire Department.
The first female fire captain. The first Black female fire captain. My girl in here making history, baby. Yes, if y'all don't know about y'all girl, y'all must have been living under a rock. But let me tell y'all, she's breaking and making history here.
Yep. So, Brittany, how can so you're from Rondo. How has Rondo impacted and influenced you?
That having that village was huge. Having that village, like an actual village, and not the negativity that people think that's around it, but like actually having that. If I need to be put in line, then I would be put in line by somebody because I was acting out of line. And
the love and care.
Yeah,
healthy,
like actual love and care.
I love it.
Happy Twist. Yeah. She don't play, and some parents they be mad at her, and I'm like, yo, like she cares about your kid, and you're mad because she's disciplining them.
No, I tell them in the middle, go get your mom or dad. Like I don't, because that's where we need to get back to. It's not, but
don't say nothing to my kids. No, the community raised the kids in my era too, and you knew not to walk down that street cussing because Miss Janet was over there sitting on that porch and was gonna tell your mama after she whooped your butt. But it was respect. It was out of love. It was out of respect and admiration because that was when things were healthy and safe. But all that is gone out the window these days. We need to get back to that.
Yep.
We do.
Now these kids, like, they swear in front of their parents.
Yeah.
Like,
we were at an event and this kid gave finger and cussed at her. She had to tell him, I fight kids. And he But it's crazy because, like, you give the kids the same energy that they're giving you.
Yeah.
Let's
see. Now it's a problem.
Talk to me that way. And it's what makes
I'm giving you what you give me.
Yeah, like, who are you to talk to me like that?
No, I tell them, look, I ain't that far removed.
Yeah. I'm still a work in progress too, girl. Don't get it twisted. I'll tell them.
At the schools, the kids knew not to roast around me because
you was the queen. Yeah, you good.
Let's go.
You better pray with me, don't play with me.
I love that.
So I got a question, Miss Fire Captain, Brittany Captain. I'm coming, Chief coming soon. What's a day like in your life? You get up in the morning. Tell me what that looks like. Going to the office. I want to hear what that looks like. I want to hear what the promotion was like. I want to hear all that. some of the rules and responsibilities, all the policies that you got to follow? Tell us a little bit.
Man, a day for me is different than a day for a lot of people.
I'm sure. Because you're a different chick. You wear a different kind of hat, honey.
And you a mom. Like, people don't realize when you a mom.
Yeah. Because you still got to go home and be mama.
Yeah.
You still got to leave home being mama. Yeah.
Even
I
when
get
you got a man at home. Like,
you got to be his mama.
No,
probably so.
He's good. I'm good. I was blessed with a very supportive alpha male. Thank God.
That's wonderful. I commend you for that. Yes.
But no, I get up in the morning. I get my kids ready for school. I make their snack because they have to have snack for school. I get them dropped off to my parents or my grandparents.
Hey, how many kids is that again?
I got 3.
Okay.
And so get them to.
Hold on, what are the ages?
I got a 16-year-old, I got a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And then I have like 4 or 5 additional kids that are just extras, but they're adults.
That's my house.
Yeah,
but mine are all kids. I don't have no extra adults.
No, mine are adults. They range from my extra kids range from 20 to 27.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, which is very odd, but
that's all right. They blessed to have you.
I get my kids dropped off. I go to the station because I'm back on the streets now. Been back on the streets since May, since I got promoted. I got promoted in February, but I had to finish out an EMT class first. And then once that class finished out with St. Paul Public Schools, I went back to the streets. So I get to the station. I put my stuff on the rig. I get report from the off-going captain, check the medic rig, check in with my crew, see what we have on the schedule. If we got training and stuff. Usually people go and eat breakfast and stuff like that. Then we go about our day and we take runs as they come in. So whether it's an ambulance run that comes in or a fire call that comes in, we take both. Because we do it all in St. Paul.
And what station you at?
I'm at station 22, so 225
Front Street. Okay,
yep.
I'm familiar with over there.
Yep. So yeah. I'm in the north.
That's Frogtown.
It is. It's busy. Very busy.
Yeah.
Between medicals, fires, we get busy. And then I usually spend some type of time doing some education, either for myself or with my crew. So whether we're working on like pulling hose lines, ladders, something like that, or if they have questions about the way certain things with EMS runs. When I'm in session teaching an EMT class, I have kind of taken a back seat instead of just teaching and doing all the back end work. Now I'm doing just the grading and the payroll stuff, which I was doing as I was teaching too. So sometimes I'll do that on duty. Sometimes I have to do that stuff off duty. And then once our day, like we eat together, all of that stuff, make sure my kids get out to school. Do the
what time you got to be? What time you got to be to the station normally?
We start at 8 a.m., but most people are there anywhere between like 7 and 7:15 for each other.
Okay.
So we get there a little bit early.
Okay. And then what time you usually get up out of there?
Usually like 7:15 the next day. We work 24-hour shifts.
Oh, you do? And so then your husband is getting the kids. You have to pick them up, get them dinner. And then you get off and then you back to mom.
And then I'm back to momming all day. And if I have to go teach, I got to go teach. If I got something for Firefighters Night or something in the community, I'm going to do that. If I got classes, like I just wrapped up my 2nd degree. And so if I got, thank you. I'm so happy.
She's beauty and brains, y'all.
Yeah, so if
you're a powerhouse, honey. I love it.
If I'm doing that or just taking extra classes, the way my ADHD is set up, I say that I should rest, and I really should, but then my brain be like, no, you got to do this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mac be saying, you're like a chicken with his head cut off, because I never stop. I be all over the place. But if I sit still, I feel crazy, because more things will come to me like, oh, I need to do this.
And then you get all these ideas, and then you like go. Thursdays when I'm off shift, I volunteer at Humboldt High School with the girls.
You don't rest, girl? Wait a minute. You say you do what?
I volunteer
on your off day. Okay, tell me, girl, what that's like.
I'm doing the girls group. We do Young Women's Leadership Group. So we talk about self-care. We talk about loving themselves.
That's at a high school?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, they're 6th through 12th grade.
Okay. At Humboldt?
Because Rondo Double Dutch would love to just pull up.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. Dr. Butler there is the principal, so it's a beauty to have one of my village mentors who really, to be honest, really helped keep my head on straight.
That's what's up.
Because I was acting a fool.
Shout out to
Dr. Butler.
Yeah,
man.
I had her at Freedom School, and her and her family. I want to give them some extra love.
Yes,
yeah.
She definitely. I give her a lot of praise, and my mom knows that too. Because when I got kicked out of Central for a year, I had to go to Harding, and Dr. Butler was like, "Oh no, you ain't doing none of that here. You better go to class, do what you're supposed to do, this, and that really changed my mindset.
And look at you now.
Yeah, and so and that's a blessing for me, because then I hear from her that I helped her deal with girls that do have like attitude problems, but it's really, there's that untapped potential in there, and she's amazing. So
I just want to so you kept talking about like teaching, and I just want to honor you because you are your kid's favorite teacher.
Yeah,
and I love giving flowers to people while they're here so they can smell it.
She's teaching the kids, she's teaching the adults. She's teaching future firefighters.
Not a licensed teacher. Your kid's favorite teacher is someone who is giving their time, energy, and love, and that is what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
You're making a true difference in the world.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, so who's your kid's favorite? I mean, who's your favorite teacher? Who's your favorite teacher? And that's anybody. It kind of sounds like Dr. Butler.
Yeah, like in school-wise, Dr. Butler, Miss Lynch was my girl too. Then obviously, like being in Highland, I had Miss Jones. I was just telling, I have a few. I was telling my husband about Miss Martin from Webster, man. Miss Martin, 4th grade Miss Martin. 3rd grade Miss Martin was me, but 4th grade Miss Martin.
Are they the same person? Are they the same Miss Martin? It was two different Miss Martins.
Yeah. Okay. 4th grade Miss Martin showed up to our basketball games, and that was huge for me. And actually having that, and then just like my mom, my husband, I learned a lot from him. I've learned how to truly love me and be okay with me. All the parts of me.
I love that.
And just a reminder that I'm built, not broken, right? And so, and then not being funny, like, just some of the extra kids that I have around me, I try and learn from whoever I'm around. And I'm very big on, if I can't learn anything from you, I don't want to be around you. And not because I'm not trying to use somebody, but because I also want to continuously work on being a better person. I've had chiefs that I've learned from, like I said, Chief Hamilton, Chief Simpson, who's now retired, Chief Adams, who's retired, Mr. Kalik, Mr. Nick Davis, but Mr. Kalik and Miss Vicky Davis. I learned a lot from them, especially in learning how to manage dealing with emotions and stuff, and being able to talk to my elders firsthand on how they deal with things. I've learned from Miss Robin Hickman. So, but one of the other people that I learned from, who's not my age, who's younger than me, is my oldest daughter.
Oh, wow.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
I learned so much from her as a young lady, how sure she is of herself, how confident she is in herself.
I wonder where she get that from.
Nah, she's me and her dad together, but Zaya is different.
Good.
She definitely says whatever comes to her mind. Yeah. She just went on that college tour with Chantel and Satara.
Shout out to Love First.
Yes.
Where they go? Did they go to Hampton? Where they go?
Yep. They went to Howard, Hampton, Coppin, Morgan State, Virginia Union, and one other school.
Yeah.
But they were sending me pictures. She was doing her homework at night, and I'm like, she's like up, and she's like, I got homework, but she's on this tour, and but she's like dedicated to. Yeah, she's like, I got stuff to do, and she'll call me, Mom, I want to do this, and I want to do this, I want to do this. And really just encouraging me to continue to do the things that I need to do. Like, I can't
see, that makes me want a daughter. I got 4 boys, and my kids, they just go do them. I don't have nobody to go shopping with, or somebody who's going to be like, Mom, I'm proud of you. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like, my son, like, my 10-year-old is great too. She wants to be a firefighter. Lasia wants to be a firefighter. Like, I love that. And she's like, I'm going to be like Mom. And, like, you'll ask, and they'll be like, no, we're going to be like Mom. And her and my youngest son. Zaya doesn't want to be. She wants to be a nurse and then a doctor. But her and then my son, Chappie, well, Henry, but Chappie.
I like Chappie.
They both want to be firefighters. And so I get inspired from my kids, myself, because I'm like, if I'm not doing enough, if I'm not doing well, how can I tell them they should go out and be great and do this and this and this if I'm not showing them what that looks like?
You have to lead by example, girl. Yes, yes. Because they do as they see and not as we say all the time. And that's one of my things that I lead with coaching the Double Dutch kids. So the parents just try to push their kids out there. And they like, no. So then I get in the parents' ear, I say, you come jump. Like, no, I haven't jumped. I said, that's okay. Just come.
Yep.
And before the parents are out the rope, the kids is coming.
Yep.
I say, see, and I whisper in there, see,
Yeah.
they do as they see.
Yep.
She was like, you're right, thank you. And then they hugging me and kissing
Yep.
me. So I had a late start with parenting. I kind of had my kids way too early.
Yep.
And so I didn't grasp that concept until they was a lot older.
Yep.
But we always a work in progress. We getting better and better every day.
Yep.
Me and my baby, you know, me and Marquis, we roll real good.
Yeah.
Me and Jay, I talk to him regularly too. But it ain't never too late, girl. Them kids get older, and I learn from my kids.
Yep.
They call me and teach me stuff. I can call them and ask them for stuff. They call me asking me for stuff.
Yep.
And I like that. We should be able to bounce ideas and learn and grow from each other.
Yep.
And that way we all grow and be good together.
Yep.
I call Mercedes. I do. And we say it all the time. You got to have some 80-year-old friends.
Yep.
You got to have some 20.
relationship.
You have to have
Yep.
that. So yeah, Brittany, girl, keep doing your thing, girl. I love that.
So you just
Thank you.
mentioned your daughter was on the HBCU tour.
Yep.
And you're a HBCU alumni, right?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay.
You haven't graduated yet?
All right.
No, so I do. I have a 2-year from Inver Hills, and then I have a 4-year from Columbia Southern. So I just finished my 4-year Columbia Southern. Before I started Columbia Southern, because I got a scholarship from the Black Firefighters Association,
Mm-hmm.
I did get accepted into FISC. And so I was going to do FISC, and then I was like, man, I'm about to take this free money while I can.
Mhm.
And I got that scholarship, so I was able to finish that degree in Homeland Security. My first one's in EMS, but this one's in Emergency Management, Homeland Security.
I love it.
And so I'm going to start FISC in January or in June, like second session.
Yeah, FISC is
And-
an H.
Yeah, FISC is a HBCU in Nashville.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be there for healthcare management.
Mm.
Yep.
You gonna leave the Twin Cities to go there for school?
No,
You gonna,
it's online.
online? I love
It is
it.
online.
I love it, yeah. Because them kids need you.
So
But
we
yeah.
were just talking about just women in leadership, Kamala
Mhm.
Harris, and we've seen just the backlash and what it was like for her to be a Black woman trying to run for leadership.
Mhm.
And so I want to know, what challenges have you faced being a woman in leadership and a Black woman at that?
I haven't had a lot of negativity like within my department. Like some people are negative, but they don't ever say it to me. But a lot of it's come from like external people that are online and reading the articles and stuff, whatever. I hadn't seen very much negativity though after I posted my resume.
Yeah.
But like I ended up posting my resume online, which is something I don't ever do. And then after that, it was kind of like, okay, ooh.
I seen that post because I was like, oh, look at her. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Come on, let's run that resume down to the people at WFNU, y'all. Listen up, y'all. She got an extensive resume. Run it down.
I gotta find it.
You gotta find it? Okay, we're
That's
gonna
how
take the test.
it's long.
I love it. I love it. But when you find it, girl, come on.
Yeah, but no.
What were you gonna say?
I ended up posting it, and I normally don't do that. And then there were a lot of the people that were saying negative things after that were like, why didn't they post this about you instead of just the first Black? Or is there like, I'm looking at this like,
give it away. Right.
Well, and
it
doesn't, but quite a few of the people are actually like, they apologized and they were like, okay,
I
I would have loved to see this, because they're like, I'm looking at this like, do you want to come be my fire chief? Because my fire chief doesn't even have all the things that you have. And now I'm really looking at, should they be doing
So they
it?
probably were just thinking from a black and white perspective, like, oh, y'all trying to, because she's from Rondo, and so you're all picking a Black woman chief to create history, and people already in their feelings because all of city council is breaking records for all women, and
But people just need to get a little bit more educated and quit assuming. Find out what it is and don't assume.
Receptive to change. Like we're evolving.
Nope, and it for me it also like I said, I don't normally do that, but then I also was like, you know what? In a way, I kind of became okay with that. It wasn't to be boastful or anything, but it was also to be like, you know what? Whatever you want to do, go and do it. Go for it. But also continue to become better at your craft. Just because you do something or you're good at something doesn't mean you stop doing it. Jordan and Kobe and Serena and, you know, all these other people, LeBron, Peyton Manning, all like Tom Brady.